Welcome to another Weigh In Wednesday, where if you've been watching these videos, you know that each week I'm sharing something with you that I not only want to have it support you during the week, but really beyond that week and for a lifetime. So what I'd like to share with you today is, look, we're in the middle of the fall. Even though it kind of doesn't feel like fall, it's not been really cold yet. The leaves are changing and turning. And before you know it, the holidays are going to be upon us. We've got Thanksgiving coming up, we have the holidays, and then the New Year. And this is the time of year where people get real squirrely about what they're willing to do in terms of their eating and exercise. And you guys have an advantage over a lot of people because you've already been in the program kind of priming and your mind and creating some new habits. So you're actually coming into the holiday season with a great opportunity to be powerful and to really enjoy the holidays and not let the wheels fall off. Now, that's going to all depend on how you start thinking about the holidays. And so what I'd like you to do is move beyond just the completion of like, oh, I can't wait till the whole life challenge is over. Because sometimes people feel that way. It's like, okay, I've only got a few more days left. And then I'm going to go back to my real life, not my whole life challenge life. And so I want you to really kind of park that idea for a moment. I'd like you to also kind of, just open yourself up to a new way of thinking about Thanksgiving and then also the New Year. So to do that, let's look at some numbers. So I was a little bit surprised when I ran the numbers. We're only 68 days away from the new year, 2018. If you actually celebrate Thanksgiving, it's only 29 days away. And this little number up here at the top, that is how many days we have left for the Whole Life Challenge. So one of the ways to really complete the Whole Life Challenge powerfully is to not think about it as being completing it, that you're using it as the beginning. And that's really what the intention of it is. It's really to get you into a mindset and to get some habits and some new ways of looking so that you don't go back to your old way of being before. So, the reason why I put this up here at the top, New You, is like when any of us started on the Whole Life Challenge, it's like, oh, I'm going to do some new things. You're going to create a new idea in your mind about what you're doing. That's what happens in the new year where people are like, it's going to be a new you, new me for the new year. But we're waiting for something to happen. And the reason why I put this one day, the two words one day between the end of the Whole Life Challenge and then there's Thanksgiving, there's a gap in there. And then after Thanksgiving, I have one day in here again, there's a gap between the new year. I really want you to consider that what you have done over which will be 8 weeks, you've primed your brain and body to start to look at the only way that your health and wellness works or does not work is one day at a time. I know that's a term and a mantra you've heard many times before in the past, but if you actually burn that into your brain and realize that at the absolute worst that you can do is have a bad day. That's the worst you can do. It's not that the whole entire year is blown up, the month is blown up, the week is blown up. It's like literally you have a window, a beginning and an end of a day for you to have an exploration into making some better choices, seeing whether those choices work for you. Maybe you had a stressful day and it didn't work. Maybe you went somewhere and you ate some things you shouldn't have. But if you can keep it contained like bookends, it's going to make a major difference. So it's nothing earth-shattering. It's literally the idea of one day at a time. So 17 days from now, we're going to be complete on the Whole Life Challenge. But look at it as a beginning. You will have invested 8 weeks of your life to train your brain and body into a new way of being. Thanksgiving's coming up. It's one meal. It's one meal. It doesn't mean that your whole entire program is blown because of one meal. You may eat more than you normally would eat, but it's one meal and you can start new the next day. And then the new year. I'd like you to think about, you have between now and the new year, you have 68 opportunities to practice one day at a time. So go into the new year powerfully, not feeling like I've blown my whole entire year and now I'm going to have to start from scratch again. Look at it as one day at a time. So that's what I got for you for this week, for this week's Weigh In Wednesday. And I'll be back next week. And if you guys need anything, you can text me, you can email me, you can reach out to me. And look, we've got 17 days left. Let's make this strong. And it's going to make a major difference for the rest of your life. Thanks a lot.